Are you a seasonal business and you find that in the off season, your prime cost, total cost of goods sold plus total labor cost goes through the roof, and you're trying to figure out how you can change that? Well, I'm going to show you how right now. Hello, this is David Scott Peters with therestaurantexpert.com, and I feel your pain. Been there, seasonal restaurant. I grew up on the Jersey Shore on a small island, Atlantic City, really Atlantic County, a 7-mile island. Where I grew up, my hometown was 1.5 miles deep and 1 mile long. I mean, that's it, man. 7-mile island, that was my town. In the summer, our population would quadruple. And all these people come down for the summer for the shore, and all the restaurants, the sales would go through the roof, and then school would start, people would leave, no business. Boom. There was no population to handle all of what was set up for. So some restaurants were seasonal, closed their doors, but some stayed open because that's how they paid their bills. That's what fed their families. Well, guess what? My family had one of those restaurants on the mainland. We understand what it was like. We didn't have quite the fluctuations in seasonality as on the shore because literally 15 minutes across the bridge, life was a little bit different. It was more residential and locals. But we could see that our food cost, our labor cost, well, food costs might not change very much, but the labor cost went through the roof because sales dropped. Because labor is use divided by sales, how much I spend on the sales that come in. Well, if sales go down, my labor cost goes up. But my menu, that might not go up. My sales mix might not change, so I still might run whatever that food cost is, but all of a sudden I've got no money. Literally, my labor is robbing me. What if I had minimum wage increases like are happening now? What do I do? Believe it or not, your solution might be in your menu. Take a look here. Prime cost is total cost of goods sold plus total labor cost. We're shooting for 55 points. The industry standard is 65%. We have you for $850,000 a year or more in sales, 55 is the number. That means if you're $1 million a year in gross sales restaurant and you're running 65%, I'm telling you there's 10 points on the table or $100,000 bottom line profitability on the same sales you're doing right now. But if you're willing to do the work, I'll get it for you. If you're not, you might as well turn this video off. No, here's the deal. How do we understand it? Look at this, a family restaurant, 30% cost of goods sold, 25% labor cost. That's what, 55%. I could have a burger restaurant, 20% cost of goods sold, 35% labor cost, 55. I could have a steakhouse run a 40% food cost. Why? Something called cash contribution. The ring at the register is high, the food cost is high, but the dollars it leaves before labor in gross profit is much greater. Could sell that T-bone steak at a 40% food cost, drop $20 to the bottom line before I pay labor or any other bills, where I could sell a burger and make $7. Which one do you want to sell? By the way, it doesn't take more labor to cook the steak as it does to cook the burger. So that's why prime cost, we talk about it so much on my channel, in our workshops, seminars, everything we do. Tune in to my YouTube channel now. Go search prime cost if you want to learn more. But here's the deal, 40% cost of goods sold, 15% labor cost, that's 55%. I don't care how you get there. So that means in the off season, we have to make changes. Number one, in a past video, if you look on my tips, look for your labor budget. And I'm going to show you that based on your seasonality, we have higher labor in the off season, lower in the season, that by the end of the year, we hit on budget. But there is one other tool we have, and that's called our menu. You may decide that you may not be able to handle higher labor, but you have to, because you can't fire all these people. They need jobs and you need them for next season. So what you may have to do is put a new menu out on a quarterly basis, or at least seasonally, that uses current, fresh, less expensive ingredients, right? The most flavorful, the best ingredients that we could use are in season, and they're actually cheapest. Kind of strange in our industry. But re-engineer your menu to drop your food costs, say 3-5 points on purpose, that the locals can still have a price point they can afford, but you drive your costs down, which is going to make up the rising labor costs. Hey, manage your prime cost and you can solve that problem seasonally. Now, let me ask you a question. What other strategies have you put in place to handle seasonality? Do me a favor, put it in the comment section below, share with others, and I'll comment, and we'll see how we can help each other together. Also, make sure you subscribe to my channel because I give you videos like this on a weekly basis to help you with your business. But before you go, I want to ask you to opt in right now, the link below for my free report, the 10 lessons I've learned that any restaurant must know, owner or manager, to have any chance of making more money. Get your life back, have managers know what their job is. The information in this free report can be life-changing. I want to give it to you right now. All you got to do is opt in below, the link you see below. And again, make sure you subscribe to this channel because on a weekly basis, I'm going to give you videos. And be sure to tune in next week when I talk about how hiring from within is your key to success. You know, in my career, I've struggled to find good managers. And I've gone outside our four walls and brought managers from other restaurants, including chain restaurants. The challenge is they've all failed. I hated the fact that I had these supposedly great managers, but they failed in my restaurant. Have you had that challenge?